Dear Abby,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was Ann Landers, and now it's Ask Amy.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the Dear Abby days, I specifically remember people talking in about, or her giving advice that when you split up your estate, you should treat all your kids equally.
Right,
You
right,
should
right.
leave everything equally to them.
Correct,
And that
correct.
is always going to be my starting position, my
Absolutely.
foundation.
Correct.
Okay?
So that's what we do, is that you're right. That's always going to be the starting point, is leaving everything equal. And then, but just for people to be aware, because of what you were just sharing with the listeners about that particular Zoom call with the family where they did omit one of their children. Here in the state of Florida, you have no legal obligation to your adult children. And a lot of times people don't know that. So we are believers of include all of them and have everything equal. However, with that said, Florida law allows you to omit
Right.
because of the fact that there's no legal obligation to leave anything to adult children. And for that matter, there's only a legal obligation to two classes of people, your spouse and your minor children.
Correct. Well said. Exactly. So if you want to admit a child, you certainly can. Again, if you do that here at the Olson Law Group, we're going to ask you for your reasons. Why? Because if you pass away and that omitted child hires a lawyer to sue your estate to try and get their share, and that lawyer contacts Olson Law Group and they go, "What were you thinking, Tom, when you drafted this will for Mom and you admitted her son, my client?"
Uh-huh.
I can pull up the notes and say, "Well, here's exactly why she did it."
Here's why.
Usually starts with, "I loaned him money and he never paid me back."
Exactly, exactly.
Oh
And
boy.
that's the usual one. And to take that one step further, when you do that, the reason for, if you are, again, not that we're about starting and giving it equal, but if you do decide that you want to omit, all the more reason why you want it in writing.
Yeah.
And you want to have that will, because exactly what you just said, now that lawyer calls you, says, "Tom, why did you omit my client?" You give him the reasons. Now what does that lawyer need to do? Tell that child, "Hey, this
You
is
got
it.
nothing.
You got nothing?
Yeah.
Stop it right here."
Exactly.
So that it doesn't go further. And that is the reason for making sure it is in writing.